first as we get set to go racing.
Reece Hendelcox has had a shocking start there. He stalled it off the grid possibly. He's dropped all the way back down to last, so that's really unfortunate for Reece. He's not having a good weekend. He's had a bit of an unfortunate championship. Lots of little mistakes, incidents and penalties have really derailed him there, and he's at the back of the field now.
So a bit of an unfortunate start there. Caleb Nartoa, Taylor Hurst, Billy Fraser, Liam Foster, Callum Crawley, Brodie McConkey, Amy Smith. Track conditions will be nice and cool this morning, so it'll be a good chance to get these young stars in these really cool cars. VW powered motors, all the same size engine, same basic gearbox, different types of chassis, but all about learning brilliant driving skills.
Yeah, exactly. The cars are all pretty standard. The only variance really comes in the chassis and the suspension design, but they're all the same engine, 1200cc Volkswagens from the 60s, all producing around about 70 horsepower. So the racing's even, slipstream's crucial. It's a great place to learn your racecraft. And Caleb Nato has got quite a big lead over Taylor Hurst. Callum Crawley's all the way down in 5th, so this will be playing into Caleb's championship quite well here. He's going to gain quite a few points on him if they sit as they are at the moment. But as we saw yesterday, Callum came through and minimised the loss by charging through that field and coming second. And just as I say that, Callum's making a move now for second place. Not quite.
Good ducking and diving as they head down towards turn 2, Hamilton Asphalt's corner. Then they do the up and over. Nice flow around the back part of the circuit, down towards the higher pool hairpin. And once again, the teams here at Hampton Downs have been out tidying up different parts of the track overnight, like the higher pool hairpin, just resealing some of the surfaces down through to the Porsche dipper as well, just where the tarmac and the heat can just start to lift a bit. So always doing upgrading and maintaining the surface and the quality of the track, which of course is essential for the grip they get from the tyres. So another busy night for the team, Hamilton Asphalts, and the team from Hampton Downs overnight, doing a great job. Be interesting to see what the reaction is from the drivers about the changing track conditions again today.
Yeah, not a lot of there was no sort of comments about the resealing, so they've obviously done a really good job there. And there'll be a lot of comments, I know, at the end of the day, coming from the cold track this morning to this afternoon, where we're likely to get quite a bit of sun on the track, and lots of UV out there. It's certainly going to change the track conditions and indeed the engine tuning conditions too.
Down towards Pirelli turn 1. This is the blind right-hander, one of the iconic corners of Hampton Downs. And then they sweep down the short straight. You can see the drivers just looking around, making sure they've got good track awareness about where the other cars are. It's all about giving each other racing room. In fact, you'll hear that saying, maintaining your speed and giving each other racing room, just about in every class. The fundamentals of going fast, fairly and safely. Oh, and we've beached it.
Sean Logan there in his Formula Challenge. I'm not quite sure where that is, but that's very unlucky for him.
Bit of March Madness. So that's turn 2, just carried on a bit too much speed, I think.
Hopefully there wasn't anyone else involved in that incident there. But now we've got Liam Foster out in front. And Caleb Nato and Callum Crawley are actually battling for position here. So our two championship rivals are out in front. And Liam Foster actually sits third in the championship, 83 points off the lead. He's now leading. So for Liam, we've got a safety car here.
So the RCF Lexus safety car, beautiful 5-litre V8. That'll be back out on track, giving lucky punters a chance to go for a ride around Hampton Downs today with the Lexus lunchtime rides. But at the moment, it's all about just regathering the field up while they sort out the issue on the track down by turn 2. So he's come down off turn 1. Is that him there? So we're just trying to find out exactly where Sean Logan has parked it. Looks like he's come down towards turn 1 and then parked it right in the beach. 8 laps, start the day's racing. Don't forget 2 championships will be decided today. The Toyota 86 Series and, of course, the B&T V8s for 2018. At the moment, Andre Heimgartner in control of that championship for the B&T V8s, extending his lead to 61 points over Jason Barguana. So it'll be interesting to see how they battle it out later on today. And after a very good performance yesterday, Jack Milligan certainly in control of the Toyota 86 Championship by 55 points. So the second races this morning, absolutely crucial in the chase for the championship. Remember, 75 points for a win, 67 points for second, 60 points for third. So both of those championships could be virtually decided this morning. They will certainly be decided this afternoon on the last day of the racing calendar, which is exactly how the fans like it, exactly how the race teams like it. Not sure about the drivers. They would probably love to wrap it up ASAP, and then they can all relax, get a bit of relief and move on. But that's motor racing for you.
It certainly is. So got the recovery crew down there getting Sean Logan out. He's well deep in the sand there, so it's an interesting trajectory off that corner there. The way he's gone in, it's a bit of a weird angle.
Yeah, well, I think it's that famous blind 1 turn, iconic corner here at Hampton Downs, and he's probably got onto the grass and then corrected himself and ended up getting straight back onto the sand pit. Of course, that sort of gravel trap, the runoff area, all designed to make it safe for the drivers if they do make a mistake. And the safety features around the circuits in New Zealand have certainly fantastic. Done a great job.
Yeah, definitely. He's getting back going again now, so
well done to the recovery guys. Well done to all the volunteers too from the Motorsport Car Club who are helping out with the running of these events. All the timing officials, the race control officials and all the volunteers. We certainly couldn't go motor racing without them as well. So good start to the day. We're back racing soon. He'll be able to hopefully rejoin that tail of the field that have been just cruising around the track this morning, easing their way into it. So the state of the championship, very, very tight for the high Q components at the moment, isn't it?
yeah, very, very tight. Looks like we're about to go green here, I think, maybe, you know. Callum Crawley leads us. Caleb Nato, the man from Martin, sits in second, but only by 1 point. Then in the third, we've got Liam Foster, who's 83 points behind the championship lead. Fourth place is Conrad Clark.
Green light, green flag, we're back racing again. Race 12 of the weekend, over 8 laps. And there'll be around about 4 laps to go.
And Liam Foster's out in front now. He's obviously picked up that speed that he had a couple of rounds ago in Taupo, where he absolutely dominated the proceedings there. 3 out of 3 races. No one had anything for him, really. But Billy Fraser's right on his gearbox. And we've got our 2 championship contenders, Callum Crawley and Caleb Nato, going hammer and tong here. This is going to be a great race. Great fight to the end.
One of them's just stepping out as they duck down towards the higher Paul hairpin, tries to make, nice little wee pass. Just sort of gets it. Was that 41 Alex Hawley?
Yeah, it looked like he might have had some problems there, maybe. He sort of looked like he pulled off the racing line and slowed down, but...
Reese Hendel-Cox having a dive down the inside around the hairpin as well. Coming around the dipper, I should say, the Porsche dipper. So out in front at the moment, Liam Foster's doing a good job. Billy Fraser, Caleb Natoa, Callum Crawley, Taylor Hurst, sweeping up and over the top of the main front straight here in about 680 metres with a couple of kinks. And, of course, you start with the big sweeper, then the big blind right-hander. 2 wide, 3 wide, going down into turn 1. Now it's going to dip down. Billy Fraser. He's making a big move. Liam Foster. Caleb Natar. Callum Crawley. They all want a piece of the action. It's not even 9 o'clock. We've only just woken up.
Yeah, this is great. Billy's got a lot of support here this weekend. He's got half of his boarding house out here watching him, supporting him. Lots of family. It's a home round for him, so he'll be wanting to put on a great show for all the people supporting him. Same too for Liam Foster. He's another Auckland boy out there doing it.
Good to see Conrad Clark out there in the Speed Sport Scholarship car, number 11. He had issues yesterday.
Yeah, unfortunately, the spark plug lead essentially came off, so the Sabre guys did a pretty good job to get back going again out there to finish the race and gather some points, but it was a really unfortunate issue there.
So here's the classic slipstreaming and the drafting that these classes are famous for, especially the Formula First, the high Q components Formula First Championship. They'll all get right up behind each other, then get the speed, then try and pull out, make the move. You'll see them come flying up over the front straight, try and position themselves to duck down the inside, and here they go. They can't, they're on that entry lane to pit lane.
It was very, very close there, Billy Fraser and Liam Foster, so I don't quite think that they breached the rules there from my understanding, but
no, they're fine.
Yeah, stewards will be keeping an eye on that. And Taylor Hurst.
Just touching very, very close, almost to the wheel, the wall, and a little bit of the ripple strip.
Yeah,
Liam Foster's doing a good job, though. He's got that lead back. He's been under attack all the time from Billy Fraser and Callum Crawley. Callum Natai having a look down the outside. Reese Hendel-Cox, like bees to a honey pot.
Yeah, look at that, Billy Fraser, just like that's been shuffled back. It's such a volatile sort of series we've got here. The racing is so close, so dynamic. We've already had a couple of lead changes. We haven't even done a lap yet.
3 wide coming out of the Porsche Dipper, and that's going to end in tears. 3 of them parked onto the beach. It was just too many. And Brody McConkey caught up along with number 80.
Taylor Hurst there.
60, Taylor Hurst.
And Conrad Clark.
So I was just about to say, they're about 2 or 3 wide, all going up and over into the Porsche Dipper and around the Dipper at the same time, and just too many cars.
Yeah, that's unfortunately with the close nature of this racing, you can get a little bit of contact sometimes, and unfortunately 3 wide.
Checkered flag time on the last lap, and Liam Foster gets up, and it all happened from Reese Hendel-Cox and Callum Crawley, Caleb Natar, Billy Fraser, Amy Smith. And now the recovery crew will be out to try and get Paul Brody McConkey's car out, number 60, Taylor Hurst, and bad luck for 11, Conrad Clark as well. So a busy time. All the drivers will be sitting back and having a chat now about exactly what went wrong. Each one will have their take on it.
Yeah, there's going to be a bit of a lengthy investigation after this. Luckily, there didn't look like there was too much damage there, so just a recovery operation to do. But that result, Callum Crawley, coming home in 3rd, and Caleb Natar in 4th, has opened the championship up again a little bit. Callum Crawley now has a 7-point lead over Caleb Natar.
This is where the other guys will turn around and say, what happened here? So let's have a look.
Oh, Taylor Hurst
just couldn't quite regather it coming out of the Dipper and just virtually straight into the side of Paul Brody McConkey. So look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, all coming sweeping down. And Taylor Hurst just clips the wheel of one other car in front, loses control, and then just basically slides into Brody McConkey, and then Conrad Clark was on the outside. He had nowhere to go.
Yeah, very unfortunate incident there. It looked like Taylor may have just got the back of Caleb Natar.
Just so close racing, and that they paid the price. So just a bit too hot onto it, coming out of the up and over. One of the great challenges about this track too is it is a blind corner. So you come up and over the top of the rise, and then bang, everything flows down. Most of the guys have done their braking. You got your momentum. You're not even on the gas until you actually get out of the apex of the corner, and then you're putting your foot down where the 2 recovery trucks are.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate it's there. They're all discussing it, showing their views there as they wait for their cars to get pulled out of the sand trap. But I don't think there was anything too bad in there.
I think it'll be a racing incident.
Bit of close racing. It's going to happen.
So it'll be a meeting of the recovery trucks, a meeting of the drivers, a meeting of the teams.